Okay, hello Catch Club. It is me, Sammy Guevara, the best ever. And I am taking over this channel one more time. Finally! Doing this little Q&A thing. Before I start, as always, make sure to subscribe to me, Sammy Guevara on YouTube. There'll be a link in the description. Maybe the pinned comment will be the link there too. Okay, now let me answer your questions. From Elijah Full, how did you start watching wrestling? What wrestlers inspired you? Who were your favorite wrestlers growing up? It's a lot of questions right there. The first question, how did you start watching wrestling? It was like 2005 or 2006. A neighbor of mine, he told me to go turn on SmackDown. I was like, nah man, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't watch that stuff. He's like, trust me, it's really awesome, watch it. I turned it on, saw Eminem versus Batista and Rey Mysterio. I think that was the matchup in a steel cage. And yeah, ever since then I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna do this when I'm older. Which wrestlers inspired you? Who were your favorites growing up? That would be Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, and Jeff Hardy. Those are my three growing up. Yeah, I got to wrestle Rey a couple times, and so, you know, to be able to wrestle him 10 years or 11 years after I started watching wrestling, it was like it was a trip, to be honest. Kind of just goes to show you that life could take you to very strange places, to very cool places. You just got to keep going, keep working hard, and you never know what's gonna happen, man. My first wrestling show I went to, I saw Rey Mysterio in the crowd, or I was in the crowd. I watched him wrestle Booker T for the World Heavyweight title, and years later I trained at the Booker T Academy, and then I ended up wrestling Rey 10 or 11 years later. It's wild, man. From Lunix, how, when, and where did you start training? Started training in 2010 at the Booker T Academy in Houston, Texas. From Penguin TV, did you always want to be a wrestler? Any other options? Growing up, before I saw wrestling on TV, I always said I was going to be like a lawyer because I like to debate, and I definitely took a different route. Before that, I wanted to be a weatherman because I thought it was so cool that the weatherman was on TV every morning. But yeah, I got that wrestling bug, and here I am. From Keyline Martinez Hewitt, what's the best moment of your career thus far and the best match you ever had? That's I can't really tell you the best match I ever had. I am too critical on myself on everything. I have matches that, hey, if you want to go check them out, I think they were good matches. I don't know if they're my favorite. Ricky Starks versus Sammy Guevara from Inspire Pro in 2018. That's a match that I think is very good, and it's for free on YouTube. You guys can go watch it on Inspire Pro's YouTube channel. There's so many, man. I have 50 of them on my YouTube channel that you can check out. Yeah, I can't tell you which one's my favorite though. What's the best moment of my career? I mean, I feel like everything's just gradually going more and more. Winning at Triple Mania 26 last year, winning the Cruiserweight title for the AAA promotion, that was a very big moment for my career for sure. But I don't know if I have a favorite per se. You know, there's been very cool moments, but I don't know if I've had that favorite yet. Where does the panda come from? Why do you have pandas on your gear? That is from Artsniff. The pandas is my favorite animal, and everything from my old entrance music to my panda bears on my gear to my Dragon Ball Z panda shirts that I make. It's all just a part of me. I put a little piece of me in everything that I do, so then you know it's all authentic and it's really me. So panda is my favorite animal, and that's why it's on the gear. From I can't do these names. From Mitsuko Winter, do you play video games? What are your favorite games? I'm not a big game player. The last game I remember playing that I really enjoyed was The Last of Us. And I got a PS4 now. I'm finally with the times a little bit. But I'm waiting for The Last of Us 2 to come out, and then I'm gonna play that and you guys may not see me for a couple weeks because I'm gonna play that game like crazy. The first one was so good. The French Lariat. What was your reaction when you received the news that you will be in the first ever singles match of AEW? Can you tell us about the experience, about the match and the experience? Yeah, when they announced that I was gonna be in that match, the first match ever on TV, it's wild, you know? I've always said I wanted to do this when I was younger, and people told me I couldn't do it, and I just, maybe I was delusional, but I always felt like everybody else was delusional. I said I was gonna do this, and I've worked incredibly hard, and to now be in the first one-on-one match of AEW TV history, it's wild. I have no other words to describe it. There's no words that can describe it, really. It's a crazy feeling. It's a lot of pressure for sure, but I feel like I work good under pressure. You put enough pressure, it makes diamonds, and Sammy Guevara's that. Romero1225, if you could choose one opponent from any other federation for a dream match, who would you pick? I already wrestled Rey Mysterio. That was always my number one. Probably would be Jeff Hardy. That guy, you know, I watched him growing up. I was a big Jeff Hardy fan. I got to wrestle Matt Hardy, which was really cool. And so to be able to wrestle his brother, yeah, that's probably who I'd pick. Dark Nato Shiyukawa. I'm just butchering everybody's name here. Who gave you the best advice for your career, and what was it? I don't know if it was the best advice. A lot of people have given me advice over the years. Booker T, before I had my first one-on-one match ever, before I had my first match ever, he told me, look, the worst thing that's gonna happen out there is you're gonna mess up. And if that's the worst thing that's gonna happen to you, life's gonna be okay. The world keeps moving, you know? And so I always remember that from time to time when I get nervous. Evan.Oten Nightwing, do you have any other advice for young aspiring wrestlers? And to finish, what's next for Sammy Guevara? All right, let's answer the first question. To anybody that wants to be a professional wrestler, or to anybody that wants to do anything that's not of the norm or is the norm, you can literally do anything. I feel like life is the Matrix, and if you work hard enough to something and you put it in your mind, you believe enough, it's gonna happen. I mean, you could use me for example. I mean, I'm not trying to go and put myself over or anything, but you know, I was told many things that probably a lot of people out there are being told the exact same thing that wants to do something that's not of the norm. They tell you can't do it, they tell you you're too small, they tell you list after list of reasons. There's a fly over here. They tell you so many different reasons of why you can't do something. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to make that decision if you want to go after it or not. And I decided I was going to go after it. Despite everybody telling me how impossible it was, I always felt like, hey, it might be 1 in a million chance, but I can be that 1 in a million. So just believe in yourself to a crazy extent. Everybody might think you are crazy, but as long as you know that they're crazy and you're sane, that you can be that 1 in a million, then it can happen, man. So just believe in yourself. So what's next is me getting closer and closer to where I truly want to be. And that's on top of the mountain, man. That's to be number one. And so, you know, we take it step by step, day by day. That's what's next for me, is Cody, October 2nd. And then after that, we'll worry about the rest. Okay, well, Catch Club, that was me answering y'all's questions. Maybe I'll do this again in the future. Maybe I'll hack this channel again and take over. But just thank you to everybody who sent in the questions. As always, make sure to go subscribe to your boy. It helps me out a bunch. And, you know, I'll have my All Out vlog up next week. So I'll take you guys on the adventure to All Out with me. And I guess now this is it for me. I will give back the channel. So goodbye, everybody. Until next time. What does he say? Bon voyage. I need to learn French. Alright guys, bye guys.